Welcome inside Car Shield Field here in O'Fallon, Missouri. Alongside Devin Whitson, my name is Leo Romano. Welcome to Game 2 of a Prospect League doubleheader between the normal Cornbelters and the home team, the O'Fallon Hoots. Game 1 just wrapped up. 10-6 was the final in favor of the Cornbelters. Devin, they were down 6-1 heading into the top of the 6th. They then put up 4. And with 2 outs in the 7th, rallied for 5 more thanks to a 2-out single by Ben Vogley, then followed by a go-ahead 2-run shot by Jackson Stanek, the All-Star, and then a few batters later, it was the catcher, Max Heineman, who roped one out to left center to make it a 10-6 ball game. What impressed you the most with the Cornbelters in Game 1?
It was the hitting. Without a doubt, it was the hitting of the Cornbelters. To have the bats get hot at the exact right time was what the Cornbelters needed right then and there. I mean, it seems like everything was just a perfect storm. I mean, we had a really front row seat being in a dugout for Game 1. You mentioned how the coaching staff, they felt like it was their time. They thought that, they had O'Fallon off, and it was just exactly that. Right time, right place, and for the Cornbelters, it all went right for them. To sound a little too similar, but as it will be setting up for the Cornbelters to, of course, lead off, it will be Gavin Michaels as we're set to get Game 2 of this doubleheader underway.
Gavin Michaels led off the first game. He'll lead things off here in the second one. He'll face the right-handed Tanner Sullivan from the O'Fallon Hoots. 8:39 p.m. First pitch here in Missouri. From the belt, a high fastball that's fouled away to the left side. Let's meet the rest of this Cornbelters lineup. Gavin Michaels will lead things off. Tyler Thompson is second. Ben Vogley batting third. Stanek, the All-Star, batting in the 4-hole. Nolan McCrossan is in the middle of the lineup playing third. Here's the second offering. This one fouled away. A long strike. 0-2 now to Gavin Michaels. After Nolan McCrossan, it's Max Heineman, the DH. Carter Blakeney will take his talents to right field. He's batting 7th. Jake Greer, the catcher, batting 8th. And Dylan Cody will play in center field and bat 9th. Here's the 0-2 from Sullivan. And it's up high for the first ball of the evening here in Game 2 of a Prospect League doubleheader.
Of course, you mentioned the evening. Quick little weather report for you. It is dropped during the first game. It was at 93 degrees. Felt like 97, now at 85.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The slider misses downstairs in the basement for ball 2 to even out the count at 2 apiece to Gavin Michaels. Gavin Michaels entered today with 8 hits in his last 3 games. Here's the 2-2 on Michaels. It's a sweeper inside for strike 3. Gavin Michaels is fanned for the first out of the contest. Nice pitch there out of Tanner Sullivan.
Beautiful sweeper that gets him catching the gun at 78, just right center of the zone. And it's 1 up, 1 down for the Cornbelters already.
The left fielder and right-handed Tyler Thompson now digs in. Tyler Thompson has 148 hits as a Cornbelter. The first one to him misses low and away. 2 more today would put him at 150 in his 3rd season with the normal Cornbelters. Started his career in normal in the KCL playing for the Bobcats. The 1-0 to him. Grounder on the left side. This one's deep to the shortstop, Sam Pauly, who makes the stop but will not get it over in time. And there it is, hit 149.
Just 1 away for Tyler Thompson. He could really make history for himself here today. Great hit that goes right out into the outfield well. Left the bat at 88. Great way to start Game 2 for the Cornbelters. It brings up Ben Vogley now, who looks to continue to deal damage here today.
Ben Vogley started off the 2-out rally back in the top of the 7th of Game 1 here. The first pitch to him, he shows bunt, but does not square it as he fouls it back. 10 rows deep here in the concourse. Beautiful night. 85 degrees, as Devin mentioned. The wind completely still, a non-factor tonight.
And that's going to be the interesting part. we saw the win play that big factor in the early parts of that game one, but now with no win, it provides a little bit of extra challenge here. Will the ball have the same amount of velocity to lead the park? We don't know. It's a whole different story here in this game, too.
The last fastball missed low. 1-1 count now with one out, and Tyler Thompson, the runner, on first. Sullivan checks in on him and decides to come home. That ball misses low and inside. To the left-handed Ben Vogley. Corners cheating in, the middle playing in their normal spots. The windup and the pitch. It's outside for strike two. Just caught a piece of the zone.
Just barely caught a piece of that zone. And now 2-2 count.
Ben Vogley, the shortstop, faces a 2-2 count from Tanner Sullivan. Tyler Thompson stays put. He'll chop this one foul down the first base line.
We mentioned just how Ben Vogley did damage in that game. It was like he kind of really started that run that kicked off the home run bomb fest we saw in that game, in the leadoff game here.
The 2-2 count from Sullivan. Dancing over it first is Thompson. He comes home. And Sullivan almost gets Ben Vogley down, but Vogley catches a piece of it. He also opened up the home run barrage, going deep himself. It was an Apo Taco off the foul pole in left field for his team-leading 5th of the season. Sullivan looks over to Thompson at first. Checks on him again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded to the right side, right at the first baseman. And Bonkowski takes care of it himself as Tyler Thompson moves over the 90 feet to second base with 2 outs.
Well, it isn't what I'm sure Ben Vogley wanted to do to start the game off. But the good news, he does advance the runner. Thompson will move over to second as it sets up Jackson Stanek, who, man, oh, man, that first game, the homer he sent, I don't even know if we still even have the number for that. That one probably is still in the air here in Missouri.
430 feet off the bat, 105 miles an hour. And it was good enough for the go-ahead run back in the top half of the 7th. Stanek now steps in and takes ball 1 high and away. I mean, it was an unbelievable shot, a no-doubter.
I mean, everyone in the ballpark, even that dugout itself, they knew as soon as it left the bat, boom, just absolutely crushed, as Matt Vasgersian would say.
The 1-0. Down and inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count now with 2 outs. Tyler Thompson, just a couple of batters ago, racked up hit 149 as a Cornbelter, knocking on that historic 150 hits as a member of the Prospect League. And now Jackson Stanek, the first baseman, stands tall on the left side and takes ball 3 up and away. 3-0 the count now to Jackson Stanek.
You have to wonder if they're factoring in that first game here. Do you want to pitch to Stanek again? Are you trying to run the risk early here in game 2? I mean, you have that runner over at second where even if Stanek's able to get one in the outfield, it could go.
The 3-0 outside, but again catches a piece of the zone for strike 1. He's been really consistent so far today, our home plate umpire.
So far, Tanner Sullivan, not a bad outing to start the day here.
3-1 the count to the All-Star Jackson Stanek. From the stretch, Sullivan misses high for ball 4. 2 aboard now for another All-Star in the Canadian, number 33, Nolan McCrossin.
Oh, whoa. Here comes Nolan McCrossin, another player that kick-started, I mean, pretty much nearly every player in the lineup from Game 1 that's in this lineup from Game 2 kick-started or played a massive part in that big victory here. So we'll see if McCrossin's luck can continue in this game.
McCrossin, another one of those guys who had a hit last game. The sweeper here is good enough for strike 1. He's batting a tick over 300 this summer. Struck out swinging his first time up in Game 1, but he followed it up by getting on base the next 3 times with a single up the middle, a hit by pitch, and a walk in the 7th. He'll roll over this one to the third baseman, Glency, and he'll tag the runner, Tyler Thompson, as he heads over to third. 3 gone now, and that'll be the end of the top half of the first. Due up when we return are the bats of the O'Fallon Hoots. We'll see them for their first time in Game 2 of a Prospect League doubleheader here on the official YouTube of the Normal Cornbelters. Leading off the bottom half of the first for the O'Fallon Hoots, it's the right-handed shortstop, Sam Pauley. And your Normal Cornbelters starting pitcher is the right-handed Isaac Graff. He'll work from the stretch to start things off with the fastball that produces a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Isaac Graff looking to get back on track, as some would say, as he takes the mound here for game number 2.
Isaac Graff starting for the 4th time for the second half this season. He'll fire fastball down there for ball 1. His first start, Devin, actually came against the Hoots back on June 27th. He was good enough for 4 innings and allowed 2 earned runs on 4 hits in that 14-0 loss. The windup and the pitch, foul tipped into the glove of Jake Greer for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff man in Sam Pauley. Isaac Graff has actually gone 4 innings in every single one of his starts, and this is his first start in 9 days. He'll spike this one into the dirt for ball 2. His last start being on July 9th, where he pitched in Burlington. 5 hits and no runs in that outing.
Not a bad outing at all. Great stuff for him in that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch, and it's spoiled away by Pauley. We've seen a lot of good at-bats out of Sam Pauley already this evening.
Of course, with Sam Pauley in this situation here, wants to try and build off that game 1 success he had.
The 2-2s low and in the basement for ball 3. Full count now to the leadoff batter. Curious if Isaac Graff tries to beat him with the fastball or goes with the change. Here's the payoff pitch. It's that fastball lifted up down the right side. The second baseman, Gavin Michaels, reaches over and makes the catch in foul territory. How about that, Devin?
Great hustle by Gavin Michaels. He looked like Usain Bolt out there just hustling to get that ball, and he did so. And that is 1 up, 1 down for the Hoots.
Now it's the 6'1", 205-pounder Tyler Macon who steps in on the right side. He's playing left field this afternoon. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses low. 1-0 the count with 1 out.
You mentioned that breaking ball. It kind of got away from Graf when he did release it, which just ended up spiking the dirt. Not ideal what you want to see when you are facing the next batter. Already 1 up, 1 down, which is a great start. Already all good. It's all about continuing to maintain that momentum and trying to, you can say, fly by the order.
Macon takes the 1-0 high and inside for strike one. 1-1 the count now. Tyler Macon, listed as a utility guy. That's .340. Showing bunt. It's a good one over to the third baseman, McCrossan. McCrossan doesn't have time to get it over as the speedy Tyler Macon gets himself a bunt single.
Well, that was just a case of not prepared at the right time. McCrossan caught off guard there, expecting a regular hit, but Macon throws down the bunt. Well, excellent place right there, and he makes it a first safely. Just beat the throw from Nolan McCrossan there. It brings up Nick Stewart.
Nick Stoyer stands at 6 feet, 180 pounds. And the first pitch he sees, he cuts through it for strike one.
Good hack attempt at it, though. Just a bit low.
Stoyer's 42 total bases this season ranks 75th in the Prospect League. Looking to get on here after the bunt by Tyler Macon, and he'll swing and miss at another one. He's quickly down 0-2 to Isaac Graf.
And this is the last thing that Stewart needed to deal with here. Already in an 0-2 count, took 2 big hacks, and it didn't work out.
No balls, 2 strikes, runner on first with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Isaac Graf awaits. This one chopped over to Ben Vogely at short. He goes to Gavin Michaels at second for 1. Michaels wisely decides not to throw it down to Stanek. Story would have had that beaten out, but 2 outs now for the Cornbelters.
Which is still good that they have 2 outs now on the board. Just unfortunate they weren't able to turn a double play. If you are Ben Vogely right there, great job just to get that the turn 1 over at second. But it brings up John Connors now.
John Connors, the first baseman in game 1, DHing in game 2. The 6'2 left-hander looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. Across 39 games this season, he has a .382 average. And he helped himself in game 1 with 2 opposite field singles. The second pitch way upstairs. Jake Greer can't handle that one from Graf. So Nick Stoyer, after reaching on the fielder's choice, takes second, and the first run of the game is now in scoring position.
And that is what you don't want to see. It looks like time has been called here, I think, from the Cornbelters dugout, but we're all good, back in action. So a little bit of a quick little reset.
John Connors patiently awaits the 1-1. Graf looks back the runner on second and comes home with the fastball that's spoiled away for strike 2. Graf now just 1 out away from getting out of this first inning. Both teams with the hit already here in the bottom of the first. For the Belters, it was Tyler Thompson who racked up hit 149, and then Tyler Macon with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the first. 1-2 count from the belt. Graf on the outside corner just misses for ball 2. What an eye from John Connors, a gutsy take.
You saw the reaction of Isaac Graf, who had some hops there, was really hoping that was going to be given his way, but it's not the case right there.
Tyler Thompson, the left fielder, Dylan Cody, the center fielder, were both running in. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's dropped by Greer. It was not fouled off. Some confusion between the batter, John Connors, and Jake Greer, the catcher. Greer will go down to first. And just like that, Isaac Graf gets himself out of a mini jam here in the first. 1 inning in the books. Your score, 0-0. Please help me in welcoming one of the voices of the O'Fallon Hoots into our booth. Patrick McCall, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Great to be here on a wonderful, I know it's hot, but that's typical conditions here at Carshield Field throughout the summer.
It's been hot here all summer. A few showers have disturbed a few games. Max Heineman will lead things off. Tanner Sullivan, the pitcher, delivers strike one on the outside corner. Now, I'm joined by Patrick because our very own Devin Whitson has a friend who's another voice of the O'Fallon Hoots.
That's true. That is Julian Munoz.
The 0-1 is upstairs, a breaking ball that just misses the zone. Max Heineman homered earlier today. That was in game one. That propelled the Cornbelters to a 10-6 win. This one chopped back toward the pitcher, has some side spin on it, waiting for it to go foul is Sullivan, and he'll pick it up in foul territory. Smart play as Max Heineman was already well down the line.
Yeah, one thing you'll see here at Carshield, normal making another trip here, but there's going to be a lot of funky bounces just with the turf, but it is a field that, unlike some others in the league, I think Quincy has it where you do have the turf infield, grass outfield, which can be even more weird, but that's how it plays here at Carshield.
All turf field, very similar to the corn crib, although the home run fence a little bit different. Only $2.99 to right, but a gigantic Carshield monster there. The 1-2 to Heineman gets him down swinging. What a pitch from Tanner Sullivan, already his second strikeout of the night.
Yeah, he's been one of the newer guys as well for the Hoots, and somebody that can kind of come into relief but also started before, so we're seeing that, and very effective strikeout guy.
Carter Blakeney now steps in on the right side after Sullivan gets Heineman down on strikes. Blakeney playing right field in game two of this doubleheader here in O'Fallon. From the belt, Sullivan misses low and away for ball one. Blakeney has appeared in many games this summer, batting well as of late, but he cuts through that one for strike one. A good breaking ball from Sullivan.
Yeah, he does like to throw it outside to these hitters, try to get a swing and miss. This game kind of trending so far like the last one where it's a little slower offensively early on.
Blakeney awaits the 1-1, and it's way outside. But again, the off-speed pitch gets Carter Blakeney to bite. 1-2. One out in the top half of the second. The Belters searching for win number 2 here in O'Fallon tonight. The 1-2. Just low. Misses the zone downstairs for ball 2.
The thing the Hoots have had here throughout the season is they sometimes can lose people. I'm hoping Sullivan doesn't do that, but we'll see what he does to battle back. I don't want to get too inaccurate.
2-2 count now. Oh, another beautiful slider that fools Carter Blakeney. And that's strikeout number 3 already for Tanner Sullivan.
Yeah, and the break on that pitch was definitely elite. And even for normal, the way they hit the ball, we just saw the 9 runs in 2 innings. That was a hard one to get your bat on.
Jake Greer, the catcher, now steps in to face Sullivan. And Sullivan goes back to that slider. This time he misses it inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count now with 2 outs in the top of the second. The second offering is another breaking ball. This time it just catches a piece of the zone on the inside. 1-1. Jake Greer awaits the 1-1, and it gets him to swing on a pitch in the lefty's batter's box.
Yeah, they've really, here's Sullivan this half inning, it's about working that pitch where it looks like maybe it's going to get that outer half and pushes away. Very hard to barrel it up.
1-2 the count. Sullivan produces this one, and it's swung on. Jake Greer knocks it off down the first base side. One ball, two strikes, two outs. No runners on. Tanner Sullivan looking to strike out the side. Almost gets Jake Greer there. This time he wisely holds off that breaking ball.
I wonder if he does try to keep something in the zone and sort of spin it lower to get a swing and miss like he did in the last strikeout.
Tanner Sullivan from the belt. Swing and a miss, strike three. Sullivan strikes out the side in the top half of the second. And we're still all tied at zeros with Nick Bunkowski, Jaden Glency, and Griffin Brown due up for the O'Fallon Hoots in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back. Devin Whitson, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had fun with your friend calling the top half of the second in this 0-0 ball game through 1.5 as the first baseman, Nick Bunkowski, will lead things off for the O'Fallon Hoots against the Belters, Isaac Graff. And the first pitch is in there for strike one. How was your time with your buddy, man?
Oh, man. It was great. It was enjoyable. I know I had to put my mic down there. I was a little too excited. I had some fuzz stripes right next to us. A little bit of a long night here tonight, but it's fun, man. You don't get to do that every day with someone that you call your brother, your friend, as Bonkowski swings and misses strike two, but you don't often get something like that, especially at a school like LSU. You know, it's not every day where you have a couple kids who are trying to chase their dreams, doing play-by-play with opportunity to go and call just even the top half of an inning right there.
No balls and two strikes to the MVP, Bonkowski, and he strikes out. The outside corner is well painted by Isaac Graff, and he sits down the MVP for his second strikeout in a row.
Indeed, he did. Great pitch by Isaac Graff. Add another K, his second one of the day, and now brings up Jaden Glency.
Jaden Glency stands in on the right side to face Isaac Graff. The first offering to him is fouled away behind the first base dugout, where the O'Fallon Hoots sit today with their yellow jerseys with black numbering and white outlining. The Belters with their normal away greens. This ball laced to the second baseman, and Gavin Michaels lays out to make the grab. 2 outs now.
Credit to Gavin Michaels. Nice little play there. Great way, just a little slid in and make the catch. All good, as already it's now 2 up, 2 down.
Back in the top half of the inning, Tanner Sullivan, the pitcher for the O'Fallon Hoots, went 1-2-3, striking out the side against Max Heineman, Carter Blakeney, and Jake Greer. Isaac Graff trying to match Sullivan going 1-2-3, and the first pitch fastball to Griffin Brown, the right-handed hitter, is fouled back and away.
Here's a little fun fact. Both those last 2 hits, both left the bat at 67 miles per hour.
Love that. Here's the 0-1. It's a high fastball that Brown gets a hold of and fouls it back for strike 2.
Well, that time it was reversed now. 76.
Can't escape the 6-7s.
Indeed, we can't, man. It's crazy.
Isaac Graff from the windup. The 0-2. Downstairs for ball 1.
Just hit right off Greer, right. I think it caught a bit of the leg padding, so not ideal. Of course, ball 1. Nothing wrong with that now. Still 1-2 count with 2 outs here.
Griffin Brown making Isaac Graff work. He lines this one back up the middle. Ben Vogley is there at shortstop and fires it across the field for out number 3. What a play by the Cincinnati Bearcat.
One rocket of a throw right there by Ben Vogley. Just launched it like it was Patrick Mahomes, and that will do it for the second inning. 3 up, 3 down for both sides. You don't see that too often every day in the Prospect League.
Isaac Graff does an unbelievable job of responding to Tanner Sullivan's 1-2-3 second and gets one of his own. Don't go anywhere. We'll bring the third inning of action right to you in a moment. After striking out the side in the top half of the second, Tanner Sullivan will return to the bump for his third inning of work. And he'll have to face the second leadoff hitter for this normal Cornbelters team. It's Dylan Cody, the center fielder. This is his 32nd game of the season. He's only batting .138. He lines this one up the middle. What a play by Sam Pauly at short. And the stretch, yes, got him. Wow, Nick Bunkowski. How about that stretch?
Well, my LSU people will know who I'm referencing. That was a Trey Morgan-X play. Nick Bunkowski just stretching out there, reached over and made the catch just in time. It's now 1 up, 1 down. Don Cody, you mentioned, was about to just get that first hit. Was about to get that average back up. Not that time, my friend.
94 off the bat, and it still doesn't get through.
Man.
Flash the leather. Sam Pauly, unbelievable play. This first pitch, Gavin Michaels, the leadoff man, shows bunt, and then it catches a piece of him, but the home plate umpire says it doesn't. He'll walk back into the right side. Tyler Thompson hands him his bat. Crazy sequence there after an unbelievable play by the shortstop Sam Pauly. Gavin Michaels shows bunt with 1 out. And on a breaking ball that ran inside, it looked like it clipped him, but he's back in, and this one is near the head. And will catch his helmet. The breaking ball has gotten away here from Tanner Sullivan. And the Cornbelters bench is letting him know.
Getting a little hostile here. I mean, of course, you saw the reaction from O'Fallon on the original call. That one you just saw nearly clipping the helmet right of Gavin Michaels. And Michaels, he just hurried up and ran off. But it looks like some of the Cornbelters bench had a little bit more to say about that.
That's about as good as we can put it.
Yeah.
Tyler Thompson searching for hit 150. Here's the first offering to him. It's chopped down the third base side and just gets foul.
Tyler Thompson, I'm sure he'll think about that achievement right after the game if he's able to get it right here. But big spot if he can deliver. A little bit more hostile than I'm sure he or any of the Cornbelters would like it, but different story now.
Imagine a Tyler Thompson home run for hit 150.
And I think that would be some scenes.
Sullivan fires over to first to Bunkowski to check in on Gavin Michaels after he hit him in the head with one out. Thompson, the right-handed left fielder, awaits the 0-1. Lined into center. Will it get down? No, it doesn't. What a diving catch by Brown. Unbelievable diving effort from Griffin Brown, and it steals hit 150 from Tyler Thompson. And he's kicking himself, but there's nothing you can do about that as the center fielder makes an unbelievable play for out number 2.
Griffin Brown take a bow, laid out and made the catch out in center field, denying Tyler Thompson hit 150. Not that time, my friend.
Ben Vogley, the left-hander, steps in. The first pitch gets away. Shear then throws it down, tries to backpick Gavin Michaels, but Michaels will slide in safely. Ben Vogley, a big reason why this team won Game 1 of this doubleheader, as Sullivan goes back to first base to check in on Michaels. Ben Vogley, not only did he hit an opposite field home run, but he also started the 2-out rally in the top half of the 7th. Thompson doing some dancing. The fastball from Sullivan is high and outside to Ben Vogley. 2 balls, no strikes now with 2 outs. Gavin Michaels, the only base runner after getting hit by a pitch in the helmet. From the belt, Sullivan tries to backpick Michaels, and he just gets in there.
Not happening that time around. The off-speed one just not really catching the zone there.
The left-handed Ben Vogley awaits the 2-0. Sullivan comes home with it, and it's a long strike for strike 1.
I'm sure if you are Tanner Sullivan, you wouldn't want the foul ball to be the way you pick up strike 1 at this long at-bat here.
Ben Vogley seeing the ball really well tonight. A pair of hits in the first game. As Sullivan checks in on Michaels for a third time. And he leads the team in multiple hitting categories up to this point. Yet still no all-star game for him.
Pretty crazy, dude.
The 2-1. Runner goes. It gets by Shear. Gavin Michaels rounding second. The ball gets stuck in the backstop. Michaels thought he would be awarded third base, but he's told to go back. Shear put his hands up as the ball got wedged in the padding.
Pretty much just got jammed right in there behind us. I mean, just stuck as soon as it went off the glove of Shear. And looks like it will at least advance Gavin Michaels over to second, which is the good news for the Cornbelters. I'm sure they were hoping it would let him go to third, but not this time.
Hitter-friendly count to Vogley, who chops one down the first base side. And the pitcher, Tanner Sullivan, will take care of things himself as he beats out Vogley in a foot race to end the top half of the third. 2.5 in the books. The 8-hitter, Carson Shear, will lead things off against Isaac Graff, who struts out to the mound to start his third inning of work. A pitcher's duel through 2.5 here at Carshield Field in O'Fallon. Isaac Graff returns to the mound for his third inning of work. He went 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the second. He got the MVP, Nick Bunkowski, down on strikes. And then Jaden Glency lined out to Gavin Michaels at short, and Griffin Brown was retired by Ben Vogley. The first offering to Shear is fouled behind for strike one.
For Gavin Shear, not a bad day at the office when you say here tonight.
Ball in the last inning, got by Shear, ended up getting wedged behind him. He takes strike two at the knees, a breaking ball at that out of the hand of Isaac Graff. Shear doesn't like the call, and the Hoots first base dugout is letting the home plate umpire know.
Most of the ballpark with a very less than favorable reaction right there.
No balls and 2 strikes. Shear fouls this one off into the concourse on the right side.
0-2 count, no outs, though. That's the good news, though.
Isaac Graff already with 2 strikeouts on the night. Looking to make it strikeout number 3 against the catcher, Carson Shear. The windup and the pitch in there for strike 3. Carson Shear goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third.
Down low, and it did the job that it was supposed to do. Make it another strikeout, the third of the day for Isaac Graff. Turnover now to the right fielder, Brendan Goring. As Brendan Goring set to go for his first at-bat here tonight.
The sophomore from St. Charles Community College takes a breaking ball upstairs for ball 1. Brendan Goring, listed as a utility guy, plays anywhere he's asked of him. As he watches ball 2 sail low. 2-0 count now with 1 away in the bottom of the third. Isaac Graff still working from the windup, and he fires a pitch up and in for ball 3. Hitter-friendly count now to Brendan Goring, who's playing in just his 5th game of the season. And he'll watch Isaac Graff paint the corner for strike 1 on the outside half.
You know, Isaac Graff, he can get up into those high 80s. Just got up there right there. 88 on the gun.
3-1, high and inside to Goring for ball 4. It'll be just the second walk of the season awarded to Brendan Goring. And now the O'Fallon Hoots have a runner on with 1 out as the order flips back to the top in shortstop Sam Pauley, who flew out to Gavin Michaels in foul territory his first time up.
And I'm sure Sam Pauley, he's delivered in these situations before. 1 out with a runner on base. He's delivered here, but we'll see if he has the ability to do it one more time.
Goring on first. Pauley swings through the first offering from Graff for strike 1. He did catch a piece of it. Jake Greer able to haul it in. Still no wind, an unbelievably calm night here in Missouri.
Eerie, isn't it? You know, it's summer. You know, temperatures just getting a little bit higher. I mean, now it's starting to drop. It's 83. It's kind of a little bit eerie, if you say, a little horror movie-esque.
Temperatures starting to drop, and so did that last pitch as it dropped in perfectly for strike 2. A nice breaking ball at 77 miles an hour for the right-handed Isaac Graff. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and it's a long foul ball down the right side.
Not happening with that go-around, but here we are. 0-2 count, 1 out.
Sam Pauley had no hits since July 11th coming into tonight. Searching for one here. Graff will get a swing and a miss out of Sam Pauley for strike 3. Make that 4 Ks now for Isaac Graff.
Isaac Graff just dealing on the mound. Only gave up that 1 hit, and now it's looking like it's going even better now. Already picks up his another striker on the day. Trying to keep it going here against Tyler Macon.
Tyler Macon with the Hoots' only hit of this second game so far. First pitch, he checks his swing. He went around, bounced around. And Jake Greer will let Brennan Goring have second.
Nothing much you can really do right there if you are Greer. Just hit off you well. Took a bad bounce to begin with, so it's unlucky on all fronts at the end.
An unlucky bounce. But it got Macon to come around. 0-1 the count now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. This fastball is spiked down low for ball 1 to even out the count at 1 apiece.
He's a 1-1 with a runner in scoring position over at second.
Goring is that runner. The 1-1. Graff looks the runner back, then fires home. And it's another check swing that can't be held for Tyler Macon. So Isaac Graff getting some help from the left fielder.
A little bit help never hurts anyone, doesn't it?
On 3 pitches that have been outside the zone. We got a 1-2 count with 2 outs and the game's first run in Goring on second. From the belt is Isaac Graff. And it swung on and fouled off well into the seats. In fact, sailing over them and into the parking lot here. Tyler Macon doing a good job staying alive.
Indeed, he did right there. But once you count 2 outs, so still, same situation you're in before. It's all about finishing the job here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Isaac Graff fires one in there, and it's chopped foul by Tyler Macon.
1-2 once more, man. Deja vu. The 3rd time, correct me if I'm wrong now.
Tyler Macon working a good at-bat against Isaac Graff, who's looking to get out of the 3rd unscathed. From the stretch, Graff comes set, looks behind him, and gets a swing and a miss out of Tyler Macon. Isaac Graff strikes out the side, similar to what Tanner Sullivan did back in the 2nd. And he's got 5 strikeouts to his name through just 3 innings of work. Through 3, it's still 0-0. We'll be back after this. Leading off the top half of the 4th for the normal Cornbelters is the all-star first baseman and Game 1 hero, Jackson Stanek. He drove one 430 feet back in the top half of the 7th of Game 1. It came off the bat at 105 miles an hour and cleared the Hoots locker room in right center. The first pitch to him out of the hand of Tanner Sullivan is high and away for ball one. Both pitchers through 3 innings of work have only allowed 1 hit on 46 pitches. 1 ball, no strikes. And from the stretch, Tanner Sullivan produces a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Jackson Stanek. 1-1 the count now to the All-Star. 1-1 pitch from the belt. Gets another swing and a miss out of Jackson Stanek. We don't see too many of those out of the All-Star first baseman.
Indeed we don't. A little bit more aggressive at bat here for Stanek starting off this top half of the 4th.
Cornbelters looking to open up the scoring here in Game 2 of a Prospect League doubleheader. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Stanek. Sullivan sails this one high and away. 2-2 count now.
Stanek definitely loved to have that one back. Just a little bit more ideal and a little bit better suited for him in this situation.
The 2-2 just outside for ball 3. That breaking ball came in at 73 and missed quite a bit outside. Full count now to Jackson Stanek. Sullivan comes set, kicks and deals the payoff pitch. Roped into right center. That's going to get down. Stanek headed for 2. The center fielder, Brown, will throw it in. It's a stand-up double to lead off the 4th for Jackson Stanek. He's got to be feeling himself.
And that's why they call him stand-a-man. Jackson Stanek just does things that no other man probably can do right there. Beautiful hit. Left the bat at 103. Talk about a heater of a hit.
Got to imagine he's seeing a basketball out there this afternoon. The home run left at 105. That double on a similar line as the home run leaves at 103. And now the Canadian third baseman, Nolan McCrossan, steps in on the right side with Jackson Stanek 180 feet away from drawing first blood. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that just misses the jersey of Nolan McCrossan on the inside corner.
It really just whiffed him, to be fair. Probably got a little bit of the shirt, not much the body, if you know what I mean.
Sullivan looks back at Stanek and then comes home. And a nice breaking ball produces a swing and a miss from the third baseman for strike 1.
1-1 count. Just take a look at that hack right there. Just down low, and the bat just not in the zone anywhere near close. Looks like McCrossan, he's hoping for something high, per se.
Here's the 1-1. Laced into left field. It has a chance to get down. Off the diving Brown. In comes Stanek. And standing up into second is Nolan McCrossan. It'll go down as an RBI double for the third baseman, Nolan McCrossan. And it's a 1-0 Belters lead here in the top of the 4th.
And that is how you do it. Big-time players make big-time plays. And I mentioned how McCrossan was looking for something high. But that time, he went, let's take a look down low. And it worked out there. Boom, bam, bop. Well, McCrossan gets himself an RBI double.
Griffin Brown, the center fielder, put an amazing effort on it, but just couldn't quite get there. It bounces off of his glove and into left field. This one rolled over by Max Heineman to the left side. The shortstop, Sam Pauley, gathers it and fires it across the diamond just barely in time as the DH Max Heineman was hustling that one out. 2 outs now.
But the good news is it now turns over to Carter Bleakney. Resting is only 1 out. So we'll say that play, we're going to have to reverse everything here. Everything's going to get reset, and we'll go again.
The Heineman ground out to short is the first out of this half inning. Jackson Stanek let it off with a double, and then he scored on the Nolan McCrossan double. Sullivan looks back McCrossan and comes home. The first pitch to the right fielder, Carter Bleakney, is up high for ball 1. Carter Bleakney stands in on the right side, already with the strikeout to his name. Sullivan playing eye tag with McCrossin and fires one home for a ball. That one on the inside half at 76 miles an hour. The sweeper just couldn't quite move in the zone in time. It'll set up a 2-0 count now to Carter Blakeney. Blakeney looking for something to hit and fouls this one off down the first base line. Nice play there from one of the fans who picked it up on 2 bounces.
One of the fans make a really quick play, fair play to him, Maybe they have a future career right there.
2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out after the Max Heineman ground out to Pauly over at short. Sullivan comes set, deals home. This ball laced into left, right at Macon in left field. And just like that, 2 gone.
Well, that ain't ideal at all. I mean, hit that was just, I honestly thought it was going to hit off the warning track, but no, not today. Goes 1-on-1 off the bat, but nope, not then, not now. But now it turns over after the flyout. Jake Greer.
Jake Greer also struck out his first time up. And this fastball in at 86 catches a piece of the zone for strike 1. 0-1 now to Jake Greer with 2 outs. Belters lead 1-0. And a big swing and a miss out of number 44 for strike 2.
The hack was just too big. You kind of think he was going to hold off right there, but nope, not that time around.
Sullivan keeping an eye on McCrossin. Comes home with the breaking ball. That produces another swing and a miss for strike 3. Jake Greer goes down on strikes for his second time tonight, but not before Nolan McCrossin delivers an RBI single that brings home Jackson Stanek. And we're halfway through this one in just about an hour after game 1 lasted for 2.5. Stick with us as Devin Whitson will bring you home with the play-by-play for the second half of this one.
Welcome back to Project League Baseball here on the normal Cornbelters YouTube channel. Devin Whitson alongside Leo Romano with Game 2 action of this doubleheader here on this Saturday night between the normal Cornbelters and the O'Fallon Hoots. Stepping into the box here to start the bottom half of the 4th, Nick Schroer. First pitch that Schroer sees from Isaac Graff is called strike 1.
Stoyer grounded into a fielder's choice to start off this game.
The 1-0 just spikes off the dirt and pretty much went AWOL right there for a second, but the result's always going to be the same. That was going to be a ball.
Stoyer in game 1 hit 3 singles to bring up his average pretty significantly.
1-1 count. Rav coming set from the wine. Hold throw, and this is going to clip the zone just a bit outside, but it gets the zone well, and that will be strike 2.
Great pitch out of Isaac Graff. He's been dealing so far.
The 1-2 hit foul as it ends back the Cornbelters' way near their dugout. So we'll remain 1-2, and we'll do this dance one more time. 1-2 count, no outs. Of course, Roy being the leadoff man. Fielder's choice last time out. The 1-2. Graff winds, delivers. This is hit out right shallow, and it will be Dylan Cody who will get under it, and it'll be 1 up, 1 down for the O'Fallon Hoots.
Dylan Cody makes it look easy, but he still had to range a long way for that one in the right center gap. Uses his speed to camp under it and get Nick Stoyer down on a fly ball to the gap.
And now it turns over to the DH. Number 36, John Connors. 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in his first play appearance in the first inning, nonetheless. First pitch he sees. We get a double. Called. Strike 1.
Similar to Nick Stoyer, John Connors also had a great first game. It was a multi-hit game.
The 0-1. Graff delivers. Doesn't catch the zone right there. Just a bit outside. Ball 1.
I mentioned his multiple hits in game 1. It's good enough for his 16th multi-hit game of the season.
The 1-1, Graff throws, and it's going to fall in. And that will be strike 2. The off-speed does the job, and it leaves John Connors frozen. 1-2 count, 1 out. Graff from the belt. He'll offer, and this is going to be hit foul out left once more, but out the stadium to be exact. And it'll still be a 1-2.
The multi-hit game probably came at a very good time for him. He had no hits in the last 3.
Indeed, it did. 1-2 count, 1 out. Graff throws. This is hit right out. Michaels makes a diving effort, gets the job done, and that is going to be the second out. All credit to Gavin Michaels laying out, making a catch, and a great throw right over to Stanek to get the second out of the inning.
That ball hit at 93 miles an hour off the bat of John Connors. And Gavin Michaels, glove side, lays out for one. And makes the play, and a hard throw to Stanek. Gets there in time.
I'm sure the player next in the batter's box is one you could say a lot of Cornbelters fans wouldn't like to see. It's Nick Monikowski. Monikowski, first time up, struck out. A rarity we usually see from him when it comes to his at-bats, but fouled off the first attempt in this battle between him and Graff.
Already 9 hits this season against the Cornbelters.
The 0-1. High, and it will be ball 1. You saw Monikowski wanted to go, but just pulled back at the right time.
Of his 9 hits, 2 are home runs, and they came back on June 27th.
The 1-1 offering. Monikowski will foul that one off, and it will turn 1-1 into 1-2.
One of those home runs was a grand slam that Bunkowski took to opposite field back in game 2 of the doubleheader at the Corn Crib.
Monikowski with that big power threat that he is, and that is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Put another K on the board for Isaac Graff. He delivers once more, as that is his 6th strikeout of the day. And it will now still remain a 1-0 ball game as we head over to the 5th inning. back here in O'Fallon. Time to get the top half of the fifth underway. Devin Winston alongside Leo Romano. Now, as Dylan Coach steps into the box, one thing we were both just talking about here is this little pitching duel that we have here between both Isaac Graff and Tanner Sullivan.
Yeah, both players have been unreal so far. Isaac Graff with 6 strikeouts. Tanner Sullivan returning for his 5th inning of work, and he's already got 5.
Dylan Cody back in the batter's box. First pitch nearly catches him. Now be ball 1. Of course, as we mentioned, we're at the halfway point of this doubleheader. Of course, if you're new to the Prospect League, doubleheader games are only 7 innings. 1-0 count now. Sullivan delivers, and this is going to hit right off Dylan Cody, but I think it caught the bat before it caught him. And that will be, looks like strike 1? Whoa, strike 1.
Yeah, that one went off of his bat. He didn't get his bat back in time on the inside pitch. And you know what? I don't mind the play out of Dylan Cody. He's got the speed, 19 stolen bases on the season. I don't understand why he doesn't bunt more often.
The 1-1. Cody hits one out to center. And that will be 1 up, 1 down. Brown fields it. And it will turn back over to the top of the order and Gavin Michaels.
Gavin Michaels struck out looking to start off this game and then was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. The only run, though, of this ball game produced by the middle of this lineup when Jackson Stanek doubled and Nolan McCrossan followed that up with the double of his own to score the All-Star first baseman.
Of course, Gavin Michaels struck out, was hit by a pitch, trying to get that first hit of game 2. First as he sees is called strike 1. 0-1 count for the second baseman. First in the order. The 0-1 is fouled off and it will turn 0-1 into 0-2. 0-2 count, 1 out here. Tanner Sullivan trying to deliver once again.
We'll see if Sullivan goes with the fastball. It's beaten the batter, Gavin Michaels, already.
From the belt, Sullivan delivers, and it's Shear who's unable to glove it. It'll go right back off the backstop, and that will be ball 1.
Sailed high on Sullivan there. But he did go with the fastball. The high heat. Just couldn't find the zone.
1-2 count, 1 out. Sullivan delivers. Down low, doesn't catch the zone. Ball 2.
The movement on Sullivan's off-speed pitches are so dangerous. We've seen batters time and time again already through this one go chase it in that left-handed batter's box. Gavin Michaels does a good job there, staying off of it and recognizing it out of his arm.
2-2 count, 1 out now. Sullivan comes set, throws, and this is popped up. And look at Sullivan. He's trying to get under it, but he won't have to worry about it. It will foul and will fall in the stands. And we'll do the 2-2 once more.
Kind of an awkward angle we have here. When that ball was up, we couldn't really see it. But at the end of the day, the catcher, Carson Shear, just runs out of room.
Of course, our vantage point here in the broadcast booth, not the best when it comes to certain foul balls that are up our head. As speaking of up our head, Gavin Michaels will hit that one right out to Paulie, and that will be the second out on a ground out.
Sam Pauley's already had a busy night. That's his 3rd put out in the last 3 innings. Good hustle, though, down the line by Gavin Michaels. And now it brings up the left fielder in Tyler Thompson, who's still searching for hit 150 as a normal Cornbelter.
Tyler Thompson looking for hit 150 here. First pitch he sees is hit right over, but it's an incredible catch by Struer. Hit 150, not just yet. What a leap and what a grab right there by Nick Struer. And that will put an end to the top half of the 5th. And man, oh man, what a snag it was.
96 miles an hour off the bat, rising out of the infield. And Nick Stoyer has to take away hit 150 from Tyler Thompson, who all he could do is nod the helmet out of respect, because boy, was that an unreal play.
And speaking of rising, it's time to look around the Prospect League. Leo, what do you have for us so far?
Yeah, of course, Devin. Well, the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes captured yet another win in this second half of the season. They went into Decatur and defeated the Beanballers 11-4. The Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp have been struggling to start off the second half. They met a red-hot Throwville Throwbillies team and ended up getting the win in Peru. The Pistol Shrimp beat the Throwbillies 6-5. Terre Haute, they came into the Corn Crib a couple nights ago and took a beating. They won 5-4 against the Kokomo Creek Chubs earlier tonight. Now, one of the games that's really important for our No More Cornbelters featured the Johnstown Mill Rats and, of course, the Clinton Lumber Kings. Johnstown, in a makeup from yesterday, won that game 16-3 in just 5 innings. So Clinton goes down. The Cornbelters win game 1 here and are now leading game 2. Champion City Half-Tracks are down 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th against the Chillicothe Paints. That game is currently suspended. And across the rest of the league, we have cancellations all over between Quincy and Jackson, as well as Springfield and Decatur, their second game. And the Lafayette Aviators are up 18-1 over the Du Bois County Bombers.
And with that, we are now underway with the bottom half of the 5th. Jaden Glency in the batter's box. And that first pitch he saw, swing and a miss, strike 1. No action in either bullpen just yet. We'll see that changes. Another swing and a miss from Glency, strike 2.
Yeah, and why would there be so far? Both of these pitchers have been unbelievable. Sullivan getting a little more help from his field than Graff.
The 0-2 will go to ball 1. It's called by the infield umpire. So 1-2 count now for Glency, the third baseman.
Speaking of good defense, I want to go back. Tyler Thompson, not only was he robbed that at-bat, but his previous at-bat of hit number 150.
The 1-2 chopped right out to Gavin Michaels' way. Throws it over to Jackson Stanek, and it's 1 up, 1 down for the O'Fallon Hoots. And we'll turn now over to Griffin Brown.
Isaac Graff has now retired the leadoff man every single inning in this one.
What a day on the mound it is for him tonight. Griffin Brown, the center fielder, up to bat. Grounded out last time. Looking to change that here. First pitch in this battle. He bunts, and it goes the way of Noah McCrossin. And it will be a bunt single. Griffin Brown finds himself on base with the bunt single.
And when you can't get anything going as an offense, the O'Fallon Hoots wisely decide to turn to their speedster and center fielder, Griffin Brown, to lay down a bunt toward Nolan McCrossin, who was playing a deep third base. And he uses that speed to his advantage and gets down the line for the second hit of the night. The first one since Tyler Macon's single back in the first.
So with a runner over at first, 1 out, brings up Carson Shear. Shear hits this one well, but goes foul.
That one had the height on it that if it was fair, it could have cleared that monstrous wall. And we haven't even talked about that yet, but there's a wall in right field. It's only 299 feet from home, but that's got to be a good 70 feet.
It's a behemoth, isn't it? Speaking of behemoth, that pitch, Osby gets Carson Shear. 0-2 count now with 1 out.
I could use some good food on the way home.
Oh, definitely. I think food is going to be all of our priorities once we're said and done here in O'Fallon. The 0-2 top foul ends in the hands of the batter on deck, Brendan Goring. Gloves it with ease, and now we'll do the 0-2 once more.
Shear does a nice job there of staying alive. It catches the end of his bat. He's still down 0-2.
Of course, Carson Shear Struck out earlier, trying to get that first hit of this game, and he does. Not this time. Carter Bleakney will field it. He'll haul it in, as it will be the second out of the inning.
Carson Shear hit that one pretty well off the bat. It was an outside pitch that he took to right field. Easy play, though, for Carter Blakeney, who really didn't have to move for that one.
Indeed, he didn't have to. Brings up Meningori now, the right fielder. Griffin Brown still over at first. No steal attempt just yet. First pitch he sees. Called strike one. We've seen a lot of this aggressive style by Isaac Grapp, which really has worked out in his favor. Nearly every battle we've seen. First pitch he throws, he's always near a strike. But popped up is this second pitch as it's fielded by Jackson Stanek, and that will do it for the fifth inning. Cornbelters still lead 1-0. You are listening to Normal Cornbelters Baseball here on the Normal Cornbelters YouTube channel. We will be right back with more Prospect League Baseball after this. As jump around plays through Carshield Field, we're back with the sixth inning. Cornbelters lead 1-0. Devin Winston alongside Leo Romano. Leo, you're telling me about this game recap. Now, for any listener who's just tuning in, what can you tell them about this game?
3 words: a pitcher's duel. That's all it is. I mean, both of these guys are going back and forth. Most innings have been 1, 2, 3. We've had both pitchers strike out the side throughout the game. It's been unbelievable so far. The only hit coming off the bat of Nolan McCrossan and his double that sent in Jackson Stanek after his double.
So after Tyler Thompson was robbed of hit 150, we'll turn over to the shortstop, number 4, Ben Vogley. He steps in the box. First as he sees his call. Ball 1.
I really hope Tyler Thompson gets another crack at it here today.
For everyone's sake, I'm sure they do. But Ben Vogley will pop this one up. A circle of Hoots all conversing on the ball, but the one to make the catch, Tyler Macon. I'll be 1 up, 1 down.
For a second, I thought to myself, who's going to catch it? And finally, Macon comes down with the grab on a playable ball that went a mile high out to left field.
A man with a way of words, Leo Romano, you are. As it will turn over to stand the man, Jackson Stanek up. Stanek, who had the double, was the runner that scored. I'm sure you want to make it 2-0. First as he sees is called. Ball 1.
I appreciate the compliment.
Oh, anytime, brother, man.
I like to think of myself as a hoot.
I think so, too. The 1-0 in the zone, and that will be strike 1.
Sometimes my jokes can be a little corny.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like that one.
Yeah. But, as they would say, 1-1, 1 out, and Jackson Stanek stands in the way. That will turn into 2-1. Aussie pitch not going in the zone that time.
Sullivan really working